Okay, I just got a new artist edition in. It is the EC Comics Covers Edition. It is gigantic, it's 16 by 20 artwork. There is a regular comic book just for a little comparison for you. It's the original art shot in full color, like all these artist editions are. And I actually tried to buy this one about 2 years ago. I bought a copy off of Amazon, and it got came so damaged that I ended up returning it immediately, and never even made a video about it. But here it is now. I just picked it up off of eBay for extremely cheap. So I just happened to be scrolling by on Facebook, an EC Comics group, which I'm not even in, and some guy was showing this off, saying how he got it for $60 on eBay. I was like, whoa. Usually it goes between 120 and 200. That's nice. And sure enough, it was on it $60 plus shipping and tax. But shipping on it was way too low, because I just noticed whoever is selling these must have bought out a warehouse lot of them. Well, look at all that. Johnny Craig, Reed Crandall, Jack Davis, Bill Elder, Al Feldstein, Frank Frazetta, Graham Ingels, Bernie Krigstein, Harvey Kurtzman, Shelley Maldoff, Al Williamson, Basil Wolverton, and Wallace Wood. Must have bought off a lot of them or something, because I think I looked and they had already sold like 50 of them. And now that if you look on eBay, if you search for this on eBay, you can still find it for $60, but the shipping is $30 on it now. So you won't get it for, I think, $73 was my Crime Patrol, Johnny Craig. This is my first time looking through it, by the way. Figured I'd look through it with you guys on video. Some red line in there. That means that was a color hold. On, off. Crime, suspense stories, all the Johnny Craig stuff. I guess they go artist by artist. Wow, this is terrific stuff. 7 1/4 inch strip. 7 1/4 by 10 inch bleed. Oh, there's that famous one. Crime, suspense stories number 22 with the severed head. Wow, this is terrific. The one I bought 2 years ago that was damaged, all 4 corners looked like they'd been hit by a sledgehammer. It was crazy how damaged that is. More red line on. Looks like Johnny Craig. You like to use a little bit of red line here to indicate color. That's right. Maybe Marie Severin was coloring these by now, so she would know what to do with that. Look at this more red line over here on her chest. I guess he was just giving an indication of shading. Shaded red line here. So he wanted cut color there, color to meet color, with no black line. Haunt of fear, shock suspense stories. Crime suspense stories. More red line. Guess he wanted a harsh light on her. More red line down here in the just in the little like rubble that's coming in, the dust that's coming in with it. The monster. Fault of horror. In this issue, the old witch. This is all terrific. All Johnny Craig so far. More red line from Johnny Craig. Once again, he wants color to meet color. He doesn't want any black holding line. Ooh, Scary Bride. I don't even think I've seen a lot of these. There's an interest. Just a couple little pieces of red line up here too, where he didn't want a black holding line on the edges of these heads. He just wanted the edge of these heads to be color against the color of that doorway. Oh, there's one I recognize with the arm in the subway. Old axe to the middle of the head. Kids Playing Funeral. I've never seen that one before at all. Ooh, a nice, some kind of zipatone paper there. Johnny, lots of hatching in that one. By the way, I had to put my camera way up high in order to get this whole book in. War Against Crime. Oh, we move on to Reed Crandall. This is our last Johnny Craig, it looks like here. We move on to Reed Crandall, Piracy. A lot of pen and ink work from Reed Crandall here, giving us that old-fashioned, even for the 50s, old-fashioned pirate look. Oh, wow, look at those. Jack Davis, Frontline Combat. He was really working these covers with tone. Wow. Little bit of red line right there for Jack Davis around the propeller. I guess he wanted that propeller a single color with it once again, no black holding line against the sky. Oh, it looks like he signed it in marker too, because the marker's fading. All of this is India ink, so it's not fading, but his signature is. He probably used a marker on that. Yep, this signature isn't marker though. Frontline Combat. Wow, look at all this tone work on these Frontline Combats. Ah, there's the Harvey Kurtzman, famous one. So I can't remember the name of that story that's in the European Museum now. More Jack Davis. Oh, he's got red line lightning over here, and a red line on the shadow. I didn't more red line. I guess red line lightning was part of the trade dress, yeah, because they just statted that over to that. Because this is the first issue of the New Direction, so they were using that as part of the whole trade dress. They just stat this drawing over that he did for the first issue and bring it over. Wonder if they redrew all this lightning. Yeah, they redrew all the lightning in red line. Look at that. I don't know how much red line was used in old-fashioned. This is probably the oldest comic I've seen use red line on the covers. They drew it all differently again. Same stat. This time we get a red line explosion. So that's color meets color. Jack Davis. Whew, jumping on the grenade. This one is, I remember seeing. Look at all that line work in there. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, a nice spacesuit. There's that. Is that the same? Because it looks like it's drawn. Is that the same ship? That's the same ship, but redrawn. They didn't even stat it. Oop! I just had balloons go up through my video. Probably because I made peace signs. This one's famous. This Mad cover. Mad number 2. I recognize that one. Tales from the Crypt. More Jack Davis. Wow, he's working. He's got some white zipatone over here on top of the black. White ink over the top to make it look like it's in water. White brush marks on top, and that. He's got a red line in there where color meets color. Oh, just up on his eye and just on his thigh there. Oh, he's got some more in here too, just a little bit. Wow, that one's creepy. Those guys there. Lots of. Is that a zipatone? There's a zipatone in there too. He's using a lot of tonal stuff. I mean, he's building tone with all his marks. He's using zipatone. Once again, he's using some white paint. He's using white paint there to build out the breath, and he might be scratching over there. I don't know if that's white paint or scratching, because some of this looks like scratching too, into the black. Lots of cross hatching there. Wonder why that's pasted in there. There's one piece. I can see a line right there where it was pasted in. That's strange. There's 2 different ones. Oh, did they? Oh, I see. They pasted. I guess this was too violent. They pasted over the woman getting axed, and they just have him axing the coffin rather than we don't get to see the corpse. That's interesting. I get it now. It's again a red line moon. So it's just color meets color. More white going across the top. Yeah, I guess Jack... Oh, look, he used red line all along the edge of his face. So that's just color meeting color. They were doing some fancy stuff here, these EC comics. Little red line back there for Jack. And I guess it was standard to use red line on a lot of these EC covers, because there it is in Mad by Bill Elder. Wow, look at all the cross-hatching in there built up. George Evans, lots of red line here. All this fighting stuff, all this gunfire and clouds is all going to be color meets color on those planes. Piracy. Same with here. More George Evans. All this underwater stuff is just going to be color meeting color. I know Marie Severin was... I don't know if she was the first to ever do color guides, but she was the first to do color guides, Feldman, for EC. So it was her who would have to pay attention to that stuff too, as well as the color separators. Panic. Feldman. Feldstein. There we go. Oh, I see. He's got a Stein there in the signature. I didn't realize that. So Feldstein, I guess it is, not Feldstein. Feldstein. That one's pretty famous. Shocks is ooh, nice. This is the Nuclear Man, or I forget what it is, the Melting Man. That's a famous cover. Al Feldstein. Tales of Terror. Al Feldstein's got some red line in his too, on this spaceship one. And over here on her. She's got some shading going on in her legs, you can tell. I want to get all these covers printed in color to get reprints of them or something, just to, as you can see up here, I don't know, there's a little, this is on all the, it says silver printed. That means they made a copy of it, a photostat of it, for their archives. More red line. Oh, wow, look at the tone in this one by L. Feldstein. It's got the tone of all this waviness in the background, a lot of texture on that monster, a lot of hatching on this one. He's really going for a rounded look on that. Wow. Especially compared to this. Completely different style. Weird fantasy. Weird science. Little guy. Weird science. And these were always stats up here. These, they were once again photostats. Or silver print, as it says up there. I think it's called a silver print because silver halide was what was used in black and white photos. I think silver halide was the chemical that activated them or something. Ah, there's that famous Frank Frazetta cover right there. Feldstein, nice last one. Red line blast off again. Oh, someone got some red ink down here. This one, of course, is Frazetta of 1954. Really fan. Look at all that hatching in there. Wow. Ghastly Graham Ingels. Signed his Ghastly. Lots of hatching. He influenced Bernie Wrightson and a lot of other people. Most of the horror guys from the 70s were influenced by Ghastly Graham Ingels. Looks like he always whited out his signature. Or whited out the signature box. Or just whited out the signature. More Ghastly. There's lots of red line in this one. Just color meeting color. Through the window. Lots of white paint. Frosting the glass. It's great to see these. It's like looking at the original art. Because you wouldn't see all this red line in Probably turned to black if someone printed it. It went in black and white. And I get to see the color of the paper, the browning on the edges. See the white outcome. You see that that's white paint he's using there, not the color of the paper. Look at all nice feathering there. This all gets lost if you see it printed in the regular size comic. All this beautiful, look at all that brushwork in there. Ooh. I'm liking it. Dry brush up there. Look at that brushwork going through there. Within, he went in with white paint to make these clouds. All right, who is this? Saddle Justice. This isn't Graham Ingels anymore. Who is it? Let me go back to the front just to see. So I don't think it is. Where is Saddle Justice? Is it still Ingels? Craig, Feldstein. Yep, that's still Graham Ingels, Saddle Justice. I didn't see his signature there, and it looks different. So that's, he's got a big, thick outline there. Saddle, oh look, that's all red line. Look at all that. Her whole face, her lips are red lined. Her whole face is red lined. A lot of his is too. So I've never even seen Saddle Romances. Bernie Krigstein, Piracy, a big red lined sun right there. Lots of red lined stuff in there. I wonder how that was colored. Piracy. Krigstein is just kind of like thrown in here. It's like we're on to Harvey Kurtzman. He's got red lines on his chain shadows. Red line all over this one. Okay, Marines, we have to clear that hill before we can get out of here. Let's go. Frontline combat. I wonder if the Big Mo is in here. That's one of my favorite. Bet they never suspected we'd get a cannon up here. They didn't reckon on our recoilless cannon. Lots of red line there for that. Lots of red line in these blasts. Fixed bayonet. I love Harvey Kurtzman's war covers. They're quite scary. If there ever was a true hell on earth, it was here on Iwo Jima. Lots of white, red line turning into white paint. Oh, there's the first color comp of Mad. Here, and you can see how here's the red line there, and you can see that it's this yellow in the background that indicates color there and no holding line. They'll remove that red line from the final. Same with the edge of this here. They redlined. Oh, look, they got the color for this one too. So again, you can see red line here, white, zzz, fuse burning down with no holding line on it. Trails, more Harvey Kurt, like Al Feldstein. He's got Kurtz and then a little drawing of a man. Mad. Oh, more instructions here, yellow letters. Rough sketch layout. There's the drawing there. It's going to be in white, it looks like. March 9. I'm not overly familiar with all these Mad covers. Two-fisted tails. What are we up to now? 18 minutes or something? I better hurry along. Not that much left. Kurtzman. Lots. Wow, I didn't realize there was so much red line. Lots of it around the explosions. Moon Girl. Who's that? Shelley? Who's Shelley? Let's go back to the beginning again. I want to look. Ah, Shelley Moldoff. Usually hear him called Sheldon. There's Shelley. Al Williamson, Severin and Elder, clouds of red line. Al Williamson and Frank Frazetta. Look at that. Tons of red line on these 2 pages. More Al Williamson over here. The whole background should just be color holds. Color meeting color. See Frazetta's line all in this. Wow. Basil Wolverton. Woody. This, man, a lot of this plane is redlined too, along with the water and the edge of the tube. Color meeting color. More Woody stuff. Jack Abel told me a couple of times that always called him Woody. Wally Wood didn't like to be called Wally. So call him Wallace or Woody. All his friends always called him Woody. There's one of Woody's famous ones. Not that I know. But I'll call him Woody because Jack told me to. Dirty Red. Oh, look at that. Jolting shock suspense. You see the woman in the windshield. Lots of red line spots around. That one's famous. Woody one. Two-fisted tails. Red line explosion. Color meeting color. I think we're getting near the end here. Hey, signal corps, forget that wire and take cover. Nope, he's got to take care of that wire. Oh, that one's... I think this is the one that influenced Mars Attacks and stuff. Those weird, scary aliens. Another famous one. Woody was one of what they often say he was the first sort of fan favorite artist, and you can see why. His level of detail is out of this world. His visualization of these spacesuits is great. More of the weird suspense stories. Oh, that one's famous too. The nuke behind the alien ships. Ooh, that one's creepy. There's a leading man for you, looking at the creepy monster. Weird science. Alone in space with 50 frozen dolls, just waiting to be thawed. Well, that's a creepy cover, huh? Another monster attacking our shirtless leading man this time. Yeah, I can see why Woody became the fan favorite. Look at these. Great visualization. Oh, now we're coming to the end. Vault of Horror. This Johnny Craig Vault of Horror number 41 cover was commissioned by an EC collector in the late 70s and is published here for the first time. Look at that. There's our back. Oh, this is that Al Williamson pencils, Frank Frazetta inks things. We can see all the red line going on here. Well, I'm glad to have finally gotten this. That was a nice look through. What ones will... I'll leave you right there. I like those two spaceship stories. All right. Hope you enjoyed looking through that with me. And I will catch you next time.